Most of you will be working on measurement in the next few weeks, and so I thought that I would record a video on customary units of measure. So the customary units of measure is the system that we mostly use here in America. And we're going to talk about length today, so that would be things like inches and feet and yards. Most countries now use the metric system, even England, and our customary system is based on the English system, which they gave up a long time ago to go to the metric system. But we haven't given it up here in America. We still use it. The customary system of measurement is based on man. It's man-centered. And what I mean by that is the small unit of length, an inch, is about the width of a man's thumb. So I drew a thumb there for you. And then the next unit that goes up is the foot, and that would be 12 inches. Here's the ruler I drew. I don't think you can read it, but it says 12 inches is 1 foot, a ruler, and that was based on the length of a man's foot. And then a yard is 3 feet. And a yard is almost from a man's nose to, I want to get it in there, his fingertips. And so back in the day, women used to sew. I did. I sewed my children's clothes, and I'd have fabric. Most of the time it was fabric people gave me. And in order to see about how many yards were in that fabric, I would take it and do this. 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards, like that. So a yard is about from a man's nose to the tip of his finger. And I can't draw, so I found a little picture and drew a line for you. And then the long unit of measure is mile, and that's 5,280 feet, and it's about the size of a long stretch of road. So that's the customary system. It is based on man. Sometimes also a big wide step would be a yard too, if it was a man. Now there's pros and cons to this system. I want you to take a minute to think about what might be a pro and what might be a con. So a pro might be if I don't have a ruler or a tape measure, or one of those, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they make these little wheelie things that measure. So if you were measuring miles, you'd roll that little wheelie thing. We used to have one of those. If I don't have that with me, I can estimate a measurement using thumb, foot, the distance between nose and hand, or paces, right? And I'd have to use the paces to figure out miles. But so that's a pro, because you can estimate using you've got your own little measuring stick right on your body. Now if you're a child, probably 2 of your feet equal a man's foot. This is my real foot, so that's smaller than a foot, right? The con being, not everybody's feet are the same, not everybody's thumbs are the same, or their span is the same, so it's not quite accurate. So that would be the con. If you didn't use your tools to measure, you would have an estimate, but it wouldn't be accurate. There's other pros and cons. Probably the main reason most of the world ended up going to the metric system was because it made so much more sense. There are 12 inches in a foot, 3 feet in a yard, 5,280 feet in a mile, but that doesn't really have a rhyme or a reason, whereas the metric system is based on powers of 10. And so it makes much more sense, and it works better in science. There you have it. Like it or lump it, it's the system we use here, the customary system.